Back on Course Record, I'm Michael Breed. Last week, I got a chance to talk with the voice of CBS Sports, Jim Nantz, after what is clearly the busiest time of his announcing year. Let's talk about Scottie Scheffler, who put on an exhibition and entertained us, not necessarily the way he might have wanted to entertain us on the 18th green, but certainly an amazing performance at Augusta National this week, and particularly his last 6 tournaments.
You know, the most fascinating thing to me about this, I asked him in Butler Cabin in the Green Jacket presentation, how did you handle it with such calm? And he kind of chuckled and laughed and made an allusion to that he wasn't that calm. Then he goes into the press room and, I mean, he divulges all. He was in tears on Sunday morning. He was overwhelmed by it. He didn't think he could do it. And it took Meredith to convince him that, you know, you can do this and you're still going to be loved by me and by your family. Nothing changes. And I mean, he really had to be talked off the ledge, it sounded like to me. But what an ability to put up a suit of armor and go out there and play and not look like any of it is bothering him. Chips in on 3. I mean, how in the world he pulled off that shot, I'll never know. Now that we know the nerves that he was actually battling. So it's pretty cool. It just made him human, by the way, what he did at 18. He built up a 5-shot lead coming at 18. He can do what he wants. If he wants to be on that stage and miss it, you know, a few more times and play hockey with it some more, go ahead, go have at it.
I had a chance to watch the special, A Win for the Ages. I thought it was fabulous. I'm curious if your takeaway from that most, I thought, impactful interview that you've done. As you left there, what were some of the thoughts that you had in your mind regarding Tiger and not just 97, but really Tiger through the ages?
We taped it February 24th at his office in Jupiter, and I knew right away that we had Tiger in a place that a lot of us haven't seen before. And I mean, the comments I've been getting over the last couple of days has been remarkable, and people loved it. But they loved it not because of the way I interviewed him, but because of the way that Tiger gave us a window into his soul. He really did. He went to places that we hadn't seen before, and that is he hit on a reflective mood, an air of nostalgia. That's not something that Tiger's done very often, looking back and really being open-hearted about it. So I'm really grateful to him. He gave us a lot of time. We spent a good chunk of a half a day with him at his office in Jupiter, setting up, tearing down, interviewing him for an hour and a half that made it into an hour show. And I think that, you know, if you weren't a Tiger fan already, you've walked away from that show saying, wow, I really get him now. And I loved having that opportunity. It's, you know, he's in a different place now. There's no question. But for 25 years to go back that fast and go by that fast. And really, it was the story that interview was all about 97, a little bit of 2019, but it's primarily just looking back at that special week when he changed golf in a lot of ways.
Speaking of Tiger, let's talk about your thoughts on Tiger as you leave Augusta National and what he went through as sort of teasing us early on and then providing us with an everlasting memory, and then the heart and the determination and the will of a guy that has and continues to amaze us through the time we've watched him play.
I think it was a big triumph for him at Augusta. I really do. I know he plays to win, but sometimes maybe, particularly at this station of life, maybe you need to measure what's a win with a different set of principles behind it. For him to be able to walk 72 holes at Augusta, make the cut, beat a lot of top players. It was, you know, the way we look back sometimes at that round that Hogan shot in his last appearance at Augusta back in the 60s, and he walked up the hill at 18, and it was a difficult walk for Hogan. Well, I looked at Tiger on Sunday, and I was there at 18, and he was laboring climbing up that hill. I know each day had to be naturally more difficult for him, not getting the rest in between rounds. I mean, just a one-day turnaround and then to the next and then to the next. It had to be difficult. I thought we saw that. But I think he has to walk away feeling a great sense of accomplishment that he did that. I don't know anybody that could do that. A lot of players were talking to me about, hey, I take 2 weeks off for the Christmas holidays and I come back and I can't hit it. I'm hitting it sideways. This guy's been out of competition for 500 and some odd days, and he comes back and shoots 71 at the Masters. It was brilliant.
Well, listen, we appreciate all the words that you have brought to us over 37 years. We can't wait for more of them as Masters comes now just, 360-plus days away. Thank you so much for everything, Jim, and particularly for the time today. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Michael.
Always love catching up with Jim. He's in our homes all the time. You heard that. 37 years. It's incredible.